Yo guys, it's Slyroh. You already know that today I'm going to be recapping week 38 of my 2025 video game backlog journey. Link in the description if you need the full explanation and all that good stuff. But I don't expect today to really be a long video. But as always, to set everything up, I'm going to recap the previous week and what I played and whatnot. I will then dedicate a section of the video to dive deeper into each of the games that I played, and then I will preview the week ahead after all that is said and done. So I'll just go ahead right into where we left off, which was me doing my playthrough of Date Everything, as well as playing Tales of Iron 2, and then on the backlog playing Disco Elysium, Neo, and then I started playing Yooka-Laylee in the Impossible Lair. That is where we left off, and I don't really remember my predictions or whatever when I previewed like the week ahead. So a little bit about this past week. I mean, I don't really have any like crazy events or anything, but it was back to a normal work week. I did have the previous weekend, I had some free time. I didn't game as much as I otherwise would have liked to, but I think that's okay. Oh, also, something that I wanted to bring up is I reformatted games in terms of their systems and whatnot, so I can actually give some updates to games that have moved around and whatnot. So games that were originally listed for a different system that I've now switched around, I just want to go through really quick. Inscription, I decided that I'm going to play on Steam. When I put this spreadsheet together, Inscription was available on PlayStation Plus Premium, but has since been removed as far as I'm aware. So I put it on my Steam wish list a while back, and it recently went on sale, so I actually recently purchased it, and so it is now in my library and free game, or fair game, I should say, for me to play. It was like 60% off, and I was like, yeah, that's a good deal. It's kind of the same thing that I did with Disco Elysium, so that worked itself out. Life is Strange 2, I'm going to play on Steam because that is the one that I can find the easiest to bundle everything together. Life is Strange 2 is like weirdly advertised, I guess, in terms of like, if you just look for Life is Strange 2, it'll say free. It'll be like episode 1, and then like finding the episodes after that just seems like hassle. On Steam, you can buy like one full bundle very easily, and doing anything else just seems really complicated, and having it all bundled together with a storage page that I can find, that is why I moved Life is Strange 2 up here. I moved Hollow Knight from Steam to PlayStation. I believe it's available for both PlayStation Plus Premium and Xbox Game Pass. I actually do own the game on Steam. I just think that I will enjoy it better playing it on the PlayStation. PlayStation is my most preferred console. And for a game like that, that might take me a while, I just think that I would like it better using a controller. The controller that I have for my PC sometimes isn't like the best, and it's definitely worse than a PlayStation or an Xbox controller, at least the ones that I actively like own. And yeah. So, and I know that you can take PlayStation controllers and pair them, and Xbox controllers and pair them, but so many times I've like tried to pair controllers and it's like wonky. So like I have a dedicated like PC controller, I have my PlayStation controllers, I have my Xbox controllers, and I don't like cross pollinate or whatever. Like I don't cross contaminate. They all stay to their own things, and my PC controller is not good for games that need like really like a lot of like specific inputs or whatever. I don't know. Like action games is just like not really the best. So yeah, so I moved that around. And then, I wanted to differentiate, Life is Strange True Colors was actually on sale, on PlayStation. It was like 70% off, so I actually bought that, and that is why that is staying, as a PlayStation game and not a Steam game, because that was on a super big sale. So that is what I changed around there. But that, I think, is everything I moved around, and so this should accurately reflect, the games in their systems that they will be played on for the rest of the year. So that's cool. In terms of games, let's go ahead and move on to that now. I did put a little bit of time into Disco Elysium. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. It's a game that's still happening, but Neo, I feel like I've put a decent amount of time in too. I am getting pretty close to, I think, about 40 hours of playtime. I think I most recently beat a mission that's, I think, like the 13th main mission. I think there's like 5 more main missions in the game. I'm like level like 90. I'm putting some time into it, and it's going well. And then Ukulele and the Impossible Lair I was playing, and I really thought that I was going to keep playing, but I am sorry to report that I am dropping this game. I can get more into why in the next section of the video, but safe to say it was not a game that I was enjoying, so I'm just deciding to move on. That brings me to new games to the list, and the main one that I am going to end up talking about today is going to be Tearaway Unfolded. That is a game that I started playing and I have put some time into. Not enough to have beaten it. I would have liked to have done that. I just didn't. I spread my time more around. It's not going to look like I made a lot of progress this week, but I do feel like I put a decent amount of time into Neo. I actually put a couple hours into Tales of Iron 2. So I just spread my time around to other things. And that's the only reason why I didn't get through Tearaway Unfolded. If I would have taken all that time and dedicated to Tearaway Unfolded, then I would have beaten it, but I just haven't. So I'm not really like rushing through that. I didn't specifically start any other games that I'm going to talk about today. However, I played the very, very beginning of Fable 2, and I am going to put it as a in-progress game. I am not going to talk about it today because I literally played the intro, and I don't feel like that accurately depicts like what the game is going to be. I also did not record any footage for it, and I just don't want to talk about games that I don't have footage for yet, and I probably won't have any by the time this video goes up, so I'm just going to save it for next week when I have more to talk about. And one that I'm not going to put in progress, but I am going to give a little update about, is Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia. I have successfully gotten away to play the game, and that's all I'll say. Smart ones will know what I mean. I wasn't able to play it on my 3DS, so I found a way to play it, and successfully tested that everything should be good, but I did not actually start playing it, but it is ready to start at any time, which is super exciting. But that is where we are at. So, I guess I'll go ahead to the next section of the video. I'm really just going to be talking about, well, you know, you'll see. You'll see. Same thing applies. I'm not going to talk about date everything. If you want to know how that's going, watch my playthrough. And I'm not going to talk about Fable 2 because the reasons that I said. So I would just touch on Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter, which is the only new game that I'm currently playing. It is getting towards the end of the year where I'm getting a big itch to want to play a lot more new games, and I need to sort of rein some of that in. There are still some games that I want to play before the end of the year. I'm trying to balance that with the backlog. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't have unlimited time, but I'm doing what I can. I am, putting some time through Tales of Iron 2, and it's going well. It's basically just more Tales of Iron with a little bit more, there's like magic now, which essentially is just like a spell that's on this like a timer. So right now I have like an ice, a fire, and I think I just got like a poison one or something. And you sort of like you use it and then you just wait for it to refresh. Like I don't think there's any items that you can use to like refresh it faster or anything like that. But outside of that being like a new thing, it kind of just feels like the first Tales of Iron game. I don't feel like it's added that much more. I've also like noticed there being some like side quests of sorts that are, there might be like a character that needs like an item and you just need to find the item, but there's no like telling where that item could be. I don't know if I'm just going to randomly happen across these items. I was able to get the Platinum Trophy for the first game, and I'm worried that there might be too many like fetch quests of sort in Tales of Iron 2 that might prevent me from being able to do the same thing. For the most part, like all of your main quests and everything is like very clearly labeled, which I do like. The map is very easy to navigate. I do like that. This game does have like a weird thing of like, there's a lot of times that you have to like backtrack through areas that require you to take fall damage. It's like not a lot, and it's like pretty easy to deal with. It's not like forcing fall damage on you like right before a boss or something. But it is just like annoying because like I like to do my due diligence and like get my health to full, get my healing thing to full before going on my journey. So like filling up my healing and then just like taking fall damage right after, it just like irks me a little bit. And it happens like a lot actually. But for those who aren't aware about how the healing works, when you have like benches to rest at and whatnot, but that doesn't actually heal you. You can only heal by drinking this like juice, and you can refill the juice by killing these bugs, getting it from these plants, or getting it from like a what would you call it, like a tap, like a barrel of sorts, that sort of like pours out, and you can refill your bottle that way. But you have to actively like refill your healing thing. There isn't any other way to do it, and you can't just rest somewhere to fill your health like other games, which isn't that big of a deal. But when you combine that with then like the random bits of fall damage, it's just like, I don't know. I still really like it overall, but I don't know if it's like an insane jump from the first game. But thankfully, I loved the first game, so it's going well. Let's go ahead to the backlog games. I'm just going to touch in on some of the things that I've been playing. So the constants, or the ones that have become a constants. First one I'm going to check in with is Disco Elysium. Over the past week, I'm finding it harder and harder to continue Disco Elysium, and the only reason I say that is because I'm running out of things to do, and it's kind of like an open, like there's a lot of different options that you can take. Like, I don't think every playthrough is the same. It isn't just like, oh, I'm stuck at this. It's not like another game where it's like, I'm stuck on this level, or I'm stuck on this boss. It's like, I have like 15 different quests, most of them that I'm sure I won't be able to do. I have a list of these like white checks that I can go back and retry, which might unlock a different path. I'm not really good at navigating the map. I've talked to everybody that I feel like is available. I have quests that are like, that have times of like, oh, at this time try to do this, but I still have like 3 in-game hours to like spend doing something. So I think my biggest struggle right now is I'm running out of things to do, and ways to like pass time, and I'm worried that I'm just going to start wasting time and I'm not going to actually make progress on anything. So it's one of those that like, if I end up dropping Disco Elysium, it's going to be a skill issue more so than anything else. I don't want to do that because I still really enjoy the vibes of the game, but I am a little worried that maybe it is outside of the realm of something that I can do, or at least would like to do. I fully expect that if I don't drop Disco Elysium, that it is going to be a game that is going to be in progress for at least like 2 more months. It's going to be a while, because I am just really struggling to make progress. That doesn't mean that I'm like frustrated and having a bad time, but as I am running out of things to do and like avenues to explore, I'm like, I don't know, I'm feeling like I don't really know what to do. I don't even know what to like Google to be like, hey, how do I like move past this? Because Google, it just brings up a lot of oh, talk to everybody, go back to checks that you failed and try again. Like, it's not very specific, and I don't really know. Yeah, I just don't really know what to do. So I'm gonna keep trying, because I still like the game and I feel like it's good. But that is sort of where I'm at with that, where I've just sort of struggled a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. And that's part of the reason that I've not minded adding some other new games to potentially play instead. So just sort of bounce around when I'm not feeling the vibes. I'll touch in on Neo next, which I already basically talked about in terms of I think I'm level 89 or 90, but like the recommended levels for the missions that I'm going on are like high 90s at this point. I think the next main mission actually might be recommended level like 102. I have a couple of side things to do before then, but yeah, the recommended levels are definitely getting higher than my level is by like a decent margin. But thankfully that's okay. I feel like I have unlocked a lot of the tools that can help mitigate any like strong bosses. I have still had some navigational issues in some of the bigger areas, but it's still been really fun. I am enjoying it. I'm looking forward to getting to the end of the game. I have in my, sort of my various like things of looking up help for like navigating through certain levels. I've seen comments saying that like the end of Neo is like really hard or really dumb or really impossible or just like really bad. I am a little worried that maybe the end game of Neo is like not very good. So I'm hoping that maybe I've acquired enough skill and cheese methods. Like, there's ways to make fights easier with different talismans and things like that. So there's usually some sort of tool at my disposal that will help, and I haven't gotten stuck on a boss for a little while as a result. But I am worried that there could be some really nasty stuff waiting for me as I try to approach the end game, but we'll see how that goes. I think I could be done with Neo soon, but that is really going to depend on just skill level and if I'm good enough to beat it in a reasonable amount of time. So we'll see how much longer that takes, but I'm still enjoying the playthrough, the process as I'm going through it. And yeah, it's probably the best game that I'm playing right now. And I enjoy Like every time I do, I don't know, like after all this time of playing it, I haven't gotten tired of like, oh, maybe I don't want to finish. Like I've never had that thought really cross my mind. I'm still looking forward to playing more and finishing the game, which is saying something because I think Neo might be the game that I put the most hours into this year, potentially. I think I've put more into it than Ghost of Tsushima, or it's at least getting close. It's approaching that area, and I was playing that for a while. So, yeah, I feel like that speaks positively about the game. And then let's go ahead and talk about Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. I already talked about that last week in terms of why it's on the list. And I thought that I was going to have a better time with it, but the main reason that I stopped playing is I forget what the currency like is. There's like these feathers or something, I think. I did the first, I think, 5 levels, and then I kind of got stuck, and to progress, I need, like, I don't know, 900 or, like, 1,000, like, feathers or whatever, which means that I would need to go back and just, like, grind levels over and over to get enough. Because, to be fair, in the levels that I was playing, I wasn't, like, going after, like, every optional thing. I was just kind of playing the level, like, from start to finish. I wasn't super engaged. The characters feel kind of heavy. I feel like the gameplay doesn't feel that great. I think it has like good music, good charm, good like art and all that stuff, but actually playing it just kind of feels like a slog a little bit. The characters just feel heavy. You only have like a jump and like a roll maybe. I don't remember. Like you don't have a lot of gameplay things like to do. There's just I just feel very limited. The level design doesn't feel all that fun, and I did not want to replay levels over and over to be able to unlock future levels, and I just wasn't really feeling it. I think at best it would have been like a game that I just played for the sake of, because I felt like I had to, and that happened like really quickly. Like the amount of enjoyment I had with the game, like it started off like kind of good and then just immediately became like a whatever. I wasn't super into it. And it was like the drop off was like really immediate. So to me, that was kind of a sign that like I probably shouldn't waste my time. And I can move on to bigger and better things. I can fully just admit that Yooka-Laylee, the franchise, is just not for me. So I guess now I know, and I've at least answered that for me. But I moved on to bigger and better things. So let's finish off by talking about the bigger and better thing that I started playing, which is Tearaway Unfolded, which I'm going to be honest is not a game that I've heard about in at least the last 10 years. So why is this game on the list? Well, this game is on the list because a YouTuber that I watched a long time ago talked about it. I think Tearaway was like a PSP game or a PS Vita game. And then Tearaway Unfolded was either a sequel or was the same game that was then ported to consoles. I don't entirely remember. I think Tearaway Unfolded might just be like the console version. I don't entirely remember. But it was talked highly about by like one specific YouTuber, and it was then made free as a PlayStation Plus monthly game like a long time ago, like at least 10 years ago, I think. Yeah, I don't know. It was a long time ago. It has been in my collection since then, remaining unplayed because I just added it because it was a free monthly game, figuring I'd get around to it eventually, and eventually just never came. So that's why it's on this list. But I'm assuming, I just assume that people don't know what this is. I don't know. I just never have heard it talked about in any other context. But Tearaway Unfolded is, I guess I would mostly describe it as like a platformer. The reason that I wanted to start playing it is like once I stopped playing Yooka-Laylee, I still wanted like a sort of cutesy, fun, relaxed vibe, and Tearaway Unfolded felt like it was going to give me the most relaxed, cutesy vibe. And it is very relaxed. So far, I haven't really struggled with the game. The art style is like a lot of this like paper, everything's like made of paper. You play as like a character and you're sort of essentially playing through like a story. Like there's a narrator that's sort of narrating your journey as you're like going to the sky. There's like a hole in the sky or something that you're trying to get to like patch up or whatever. I don't know. Like it's not super in depth or anything. But yeah, everything's sort of made of paper. There's not like a lot of combat. The only like enemies that exist are these like box things that you can just pick up and throw or shine like your light. This game uses a lot of like weird gimmicky like controller things. Like you can use like motion controls to like shine this light to guide these like enemy things to certain spots. You control the wind by like swiping the gamepad or whatever, the touchscreen thing. You can like or that was like a recent thing that I did, was like swiping to control the wind. There's like some puzzles, you know, for the longest time, and by the longest time I mean, I don't know, the first chapter or whatever, there was like no jump button, and then I unlock a jump button, so you can jump, you can shine your light on things, you can pick up things and throw them, and that's about the extent of everything you can do. So puzzles are very basic, platforming is very basic. It really just relies a lot on its charm and aesthetics and whatnot, and I think that will carry this game a long way, because this is what I was looking for. When I want just like an easy pick up and play game, I can pick this up, make a little bit of progress, set it down when I'm ready for something not as laid back. And so this is sort of my relaxing go-to game. Because of that, I'm probably going to continue playing it at a slow pace. There are times where I pick up this game, play for like 20 minutes, and then set it down and move on. And I don't really plan on changing that, because this just fits a very specific vibe that I don't know if there's that many games left on the list that will fill that vibe for me. So this is probably like the last just sort of sit back, relax, chill, calm vibe that I'm gonna have. So yeah, that's hopefully that plus seeing the gameplay on the screen and my description give you enough of an idea about what it is. I'm still pretty early on. It has like a percentage in terms of like by progress. I think it said like 12%. I don't know if that's of all collectibles or just main story. I'm just kind of doing the main story. I'm doing things as I see them, but if there's secrets that I missed, then I just miss them, is what it is. So yeah, I'm not getting every little thing. I'm just sort of relaxing, playing through it, and just having a good time. So that's all there is there. But I don't have anything more to say, so I can go ahead and transition to the final section of the video where I will preview the week ahead. The week ahead really just includes a lot of working. I don't know. I don't know that I can promise a lot of time being put into one specific game. Neo, as the one that I've been playing the most as of late, Terror Unfolded is my sort of relaxing game. I did put a little bit of time into Fable 2, so I will definitely try to put some more time into that, so that way I can actually talk about it next week. Disco Elysium, I don't expect to put a lot of time into, but I will keep trying, do something, that way I'm making some progress, and I don't just leave it off to the wayside. I mentioned that I have Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valencia in a ready-to-play state, so I do want to play that. And then I don't know, I also do have Hollow Knight actually, like, ready to go. Like, I installed it, whatever, so, like, as soon as I hit, like, play, like, I'm ready to start playing. So that is where I'm at with that. A part of me doesn't want to add too many games, but at the same time, these need to get played, and I need to start learning, like, what I am and what I'm not going to vibe with. Like, what if one of these games I don't really like, and I could find that out by playing the first couple hours and then dropping it. But I want to give all these games like at least a chance. I don't want to just like remove any of these games just because I'm like running out of time. If I don't complete the games on the list, then they can just be moved to a future backlog list. I don't know. It's not like the end of the world. It's not like I'm gonna die if I don't play all these games. As much as I have like made it seem like that, at least to myself. So yeah, I will work on what I can do. I'm just gonna play what feels right. I'm just gonna pick any of the games on the backlog. The ones that I'm playing, if I feel like playing one of them, I'm going to play them. If I'm not feeling like playing any of them, but I want to play a game, I'll start something new. I have no problem with doing that. But I could also juggle a couple of new games, potentially, if I want to get some playtime into those. That way I have better, well-informed opinions as we get to the end-of-year list season in a couple months. So, yeah, we'll see what I do with my time. I do think that my video game habits over the past couple weeks have been a lot better than what they were in some of the earlier months of the year. And I think if I was playing games earlier in the year at the same rate that I'm like currently playing them, I feel like things might have, I might be a little bit further than I am. But that's okay. Better late than never. And yeah, I'm just gonna play games that I have fun with and do my best to put as much time into them as I can, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna end up getting through all these, but I'm still going to do my best to try. I'm not gonna give up, and we'll see what all I can get through. So that is where I'm at. That is where we are. And I think I have covered everything that I want to talk about today. So let me know if you have any opinions on any of the games that I talked about today or talked about potentially playing. Comments, questions, concerns are always appreciated. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and I will see you all next week for week 39. We are really getting there fast, which is scary but exciting at the same time. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed, and I will see you all around next week. Peace out.